Hi there. It's November the 6th and we're continuing our journey through the letter to the Hebrews. We're in chapter 7 and we're reading from verses 18 through to the end of the chapter in verse 28. So the writer here has been unpacking the teaching of Jesus as being a priest after the order of Melchizedek, looking back to Melchizedek in Genesis 14, to whom Abraham offered tithes, and Melchizedek then blessed him, and also recalling the promise that God made in Psalm 110, the oath that God makes to the Messiah, that he has he's making him a priest after the order of Melchizedek. So first of all, the writer says in this reading that what's happened is that the law of Moses has been superseded. It's been set aside. It has been replaced by another priesthood. Jesus has replaced the old Levitical priesthood with another priesthood, and there are several reasons for this. First of all, the writer points out that the priesthood of Levi, the priesthood of the Mosaic covenant, has actually not been put in place by an oath. So God hasn't bothered to make an oath saying, I will establish you and swear to establish you by oath. Whereas the order of Melchizedek, that Jesus is a priest after, has been established by God promising by himself. That's, for one thing, is a more powerful priesthood. That's why it's a more powerful priesthood. Secondly, priests of the order of Levi are mortal. They die, and therefore they only hold their priesthood as long as they're alive. But this Jesus is alive forever, and therefore his priesthood continues without end. Therefore there's no need of anyone else to take it on. He actually is able to rescue us, the writer says, completely, totally, because he is living now. He lives forever to make intercession for us. This is an amazing picture the writer gives us of Jesus, who is now, as our high priest, standing continually before the face of the Father, presenting the wounds in his hands, his feet and side as the bride price that he has paid, as the atonement he has made, saying, I have done this, my people are saved, our people are saved and free forever. What an amazing understanding we have then of the nature of Jesus' priesthood. And because he is holy, he's blameless, he is before the Father with his own blood, he's not subject to mortality, he's not subject to sin, he is perfect, and he has been made perfect. And the power of the Greek word teteliomenos, it means that he has been made perfect, and he still is, that it is a continuing state. He has been made complete, and therefore in this complete state before the Father he is able to fully represent us. And there's one other word that says that I love here in the Greek. It says he's done this ephapax. It means once and for all. The writer actually uses this 3 times in the letter of Hebrews, here in chapter 7, and then also in chapters 9 and 10. This once for all, ephapax, it's done one time. There's no need for a repetition. There's no need for Jesus to go anymore. There's no need for anyone to go anymore to an altar or into the presence of God carrying the blood of animals. What an amazing position we are in, those who follow Messiah Jesus, those who are called by him to have this high priest standing before the Father's face, one of us but also God, who presents his own wounds, his own brokenness before the Father as the price for our rescues, the price for our salvation. How we rejoice today in the fact that we are sons and daughters of the living God because of this one who continually lives to intercede for us. Have a very good November the 6th.